just got done watching Pearl on the big screen for my second time in theaters, and I have some things that I want to talk about for this film, guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the film review. Let's go. What's going on, you guys? Demigod back on Demigod A24, bringing you another movie review for Pearl. Now, this is a prequel to a film that came out earlier this year titled X, which was a horror thriller type film. And being as it is a prequel, I actually, my first time seeing this movie, walked in without watching X. So I have an interesting perspective on this film, especially now being as I went and seen it before I watched X. And then I went and watched X, which, by the way, I did a first time watching video on X, which should be dropping directly after I upload this video, so make sure you look out for that. I'm sure a lot of y'all are coming from that video, and if you are, I appreciate you for checking out the movie review for Pearl. But anyway, I watched Pearl, and then I watched X for the video, and then I watched Pearl again just right now so I could record this for you guys. So I feel like I fully dived into this whole world that he's trying to create here with these characters, and especially with Mia Goth playing two roles inside of the same universe, which I think is extremely interesting considering she plays Pearl in this film, and then the film that comes before it, that being X, she plays a character called Maxine. Now, inside of X, slight spoilers for X, by the way, because this is a bit of a sequel to that film, so I'm going to talk about it just a little bit inside of here. But inside X, the character of Pearl is this old lady who is slaughtering these people that her husband invites to stay with them on their farm. Now, inside of X, the character that is Pearl, which happens to be the old lady, while she's going on her killing spree, is obsessed with Mia Goth's character inside of that film, that being Maxine. And she seems to really identify with Maxine and, you know, see herself inside of her. You know, she even mentions inside of that film, that being X, that Maxine has that X factor and that she has what I had when I was younger. And I feel like until you watch this film, you can't truly understand what she's trying to say in that moment in X, because what the director does and what Mia Goth does with this film, that being Pearl, it's just on a whole nother level. I mean, this is breathtaking work here. This is one of my favorite films of the year up to this point. I would say top 3, if not top 2 favorite films. 100% my favorite performance of the year out of Mia Goth. I like what she captured inside of the X film and what the director tried to do with that film. However, I think that's just a good film, and I think this film puts itself on master class. Now, while X is of course about dirty movies and sin and religion and a little bit of Christianity mixed in there and some gospel mixed in there, along with capturing everyone's performance inside of that film, you know, it's not just Mia Goth centered and that's it. This film is, and I really love that about this film. I feel like the director Ty West truly captured everything he was trying to capture when it comes to Pearl. I love how fantastical this movie comes across, the vibrant colors, the pristineness of the farm and everything inside of Pearl's life, and just the way she looks at life, how she's so whimsical about everything, how she's so passionate about wanting to be a performer on stage and wanting to be in the pictures, in the films. I truly love that about her character. I love the way Mia Goth captures that in the character, this true passion, but also this sinister nature lying underneath that over the course of this film just slowly creeps to the surface, and that even Pearl's mother recognizes inside this film, and, you know, even tells her that other people are going to be terrified of that if they truly knew who you really were. And while I relate so much with Pearl inside of this film, how she's just so passionate about her dreams and wanting to accomplish her dreams, and she's warring with her mother in this film about wanting to pursue her dreams when her mother wants her to be more reserved and wants her to be more like her, almost like she doesn't want her daughter to outshine her in a way inside of this film. It's a very strange dynamic. I love how this is more of a character study film instead of this movie about so many other different characters and everyone's trying to, you know, bring their own thing to this film, to this role. This is so Mia Goth centered and such a character study that it just fits right up my alley, man. It reminds me so much of Joker 2019, one of my favorite films of all time, being as this is almost like this slow descent into just full madness, even though it was always slightly there. And man, by the end of this film, the director captures some truly horrifying imagery. This character really pushes the limits in what she's willing to do to get what she wants, and almost the way she justifies it to herself, and this psychotic nature to her, like she's just trying her best to relate to human emotions and feel human inside. And also how many emotions Mia Goth captures in just one scene in this film. She'll go from the sweetest, most innocent person you've ever seen to this psychotic, brutal, vicious killer with no remorse, and then also at times how sad she's able to portray that this character is, man. It's just absolutely insane. It really is. This is such a breathtaking performance, my performance of the year, as I've already said. And by the third act of this film, you are completely encompassed in madness. And another thing that I almost missed out on is how he uses the exact same set inside of this film. Now, while in this film, of course, it's set way more in the past, I believe in like the 1920s, the farm looks clean, it looks new, it looks upkept, it's pristine, it's nice, it has livestock and animals and sunshine. Like I said, that whimsical, fantastical element that the director manages to capture here. And then by the time we get to X, this place looks like the stuff of horror movies where it's all ran down and it's like this old creepy barn. But I love how we're at this same set, man. We're at these same rooms, and if it's not the same place, it's definitely intended to look extremely similar to it, almost to say, you know, that Pearl has eventually became her mother by the time you see her and meet her in X as this old lady with a husband. And the amount of times that they do scenes in here where the camera just does not stop rolling and Mia Goth goes for like 10-15 minutes on this insane, top-notch, breathtaking acting. I mean, she is probably, after this performance, my favorite actress in Hollywood. I'll definitely be looking out for every single one of her films after watching these two films, but this film in particular, I believe this is her real breakout role in showing how deep and how far she can really take it, along with the director, man. And I want to see them do more films together. I hope we get a third movie inside of this universe. And I know we see how Pearl ends up, but Mia Goth is still alive technically because she plays Maxine also. So I'd love to see him take Maxine's character and see where he can take that and what he can do with that. And again, I'm not sure if I mentioned it enough during this review, the religious undertones in both of these films, you see it all throughout X and you see it all throughout this film, so much so that Pearl will go from doing something completely, utterly insane and then go right into a prayer. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm sure the director Ty West had a religious upbringing. He had to, because of how much he loves to show that imagery with inside these two movies. And I'm telling you, this is next tier filmmaking right here. I absolutely love this film. This is another case of A24 Studios doesn't miss. A24 films, they're absolutely fantastic, man. Some of my favorites. And with that being said, guys, I hope I've said everything that I wanted to say for this film. There's truly a lot here and it gets extremely dark at times, and I love that about this movie. And with that being said, guys, I want to go ahead and drop the rating for Pearl now. Like I said, I think X is good, but this film really hits another tier, really hits another level here, and I'm going to give Pearl a 10 out of 10. It gets the perfect flawless score, a 10 out of 10. I gotta say, my first time watching it, you know, I think I had a few nitpicks with it, but after seeing it a second time, especially after watching X and seeing those two films go hand in hand together, this is next level, man. It really is. It gets that master class, that masterpiece rating, and I think it truly deserves it. I can't wait to see what this director does next. I can't wait to see what this actress Mia Goth does next. Like I said, she's probably my favorite actress right now. And with that being said, guys, I'm curious to know how you felt about Pearl down in the comment section down below. So go ahead and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you don't know what I do here on Demigod ENT, I do commentaries, reactions, and reviews. So if you're just any of that in the right place, man, hit subscribe, hit the like button. I drop multiple videos a week on the channel, so you can expect out of me. And if you don't already know, I am the Demigod, the chosen one here on Demigod ENT, and I'm out of this thing, man. I'll catch you on the next video. If you aren't coming from the X video, make sure you go watch the X first time watching X reaction and review after you're done watching this. And if you are coming from that video, I appreciate you for making it through this video. I hope you hit subscribe and stick around to see what else I do on my channel, man. We got a lot of exciting things coming. I'll catch you on the next video, man. Peace.